Boom. 5150. Jimmy Cabs. This man needs no introductions, but here we go. T-Roy. Sourvein. Welcome back to Los Angeles.
Hey, it's good to be
Good to
here,
see you, man. You look good.
Love for this town. Yeah, man, thanks.
Hey,
good to see you too, man. It's been a while. I've known you for a long time.
Let me hit you with something that's real close to home, literally your home. How are you doing after that hurricane?
Man, the hurricane was a rough thing, man, because, I think it was 2000, just 2 years ago, we had Matthew, which is a huge impact for a hurricane, and it kind of messed some stuff up. We're just recovering from that when Hurricane Florence came around, and that was basically about 7 months ago, So we're recovering from that now. That was really traumatic because it flooded everything in my hometown, set the band back because we couldn't work. I work on a private island, Everything got flooded there, so it took like months before it got back. So it set things back, man. You're not able to, just go back to work, and it makes, it's like this was a rough one, man. So we've been recovering from it, and it's, it was a reality check that the weather can alter what you do for a living.
Yeah, literally.
Even my music touring and everything, I just can't leave my family behind, and it sidelines you.
Psychologically, how does that affect you creatively?
Well, it influenced the last album big time, but, little did I know that it wasn't even, after this last one, Hurricane Florence, man, it was like people have a lot of PTSD from it, because it's very traumatic because it's a hurricane and then we had a flood because everything was withered from the storm before, So, now I've been, like, it's like, you gotta, like, it just, as far as a writer and stuff like that, it just, it was an effect on, like everything, because it, it's emotional as well, because you see your friends, family, neighbors, and all that, and it's just high alert when it's happening, So when you come down from all that, it's got to leave something with you, So what it left with me was, that, the inspiration to kind of like get that out, how I felt about it out, which was a lot of frustration and just, like, it was just, you get in a state of alert like that, man. It's a Category 5 hurricane, man. So, it's very, high anxiety,
Let me be real with you. What you went through, no one can touch you unless they've gone through that, because that's real world catastrophe shit. It's one thing when you go on the road and you're starving or what have you, or you're playing in front of a good audience or bad audience, you're dealing with musicians, whatever. But when it's your home, your kingdom, your castle, your neighborhood, your city, and you're dealing with real world shit of survival, that's no joke, man. And a lot of people don't come back from that, because then you see the real world effect of the government's response, of how the true nature of some so-called civilized people, how it becomes me, fuck you.
They were gouging the gas prices, man, and robbing people as we were leaving the beach. We go inland. They were like, things were going on, man, because it's like we were sitting ducks and we got to leave. So, there's all kinds of stuff going on this time, and this hurricane was different. I'm from there. We expect this. I've been through hurricanes ever since I was in, I remember the first one in 6th grade. But this one, man, it was a different effect, and all of a sudden, they wanted everyone to leave, and getting home was not an option, for several days. So it leaves you. We've had others, and then this one finally, was the one that was like, hey, you're gonna be sidetracked from this, man.
Wow. Let me throw this at you. The band Sourvein has been around it is a fact, over 25 years now. 1993, right?
Right.
Here's the deal. The band has always, from the get-go, come out on one of the things that I hate is the fact that music journalists and these so-called self-appointed historians, they never get it fucking right. Now this music, this genre is being recognized. As you know, there's going to be hot chicks here tonight, but that's beside the point. The fact that they never get it right. In the beginning of this type of genre music, I don't like to put labels, but let's just throw what has been thrown out there. Sludge, doom, crust, all this shit. To me, I just call it heavy. From the get-go, you and other bands, which I could name, I Hate God, Buzz Living, etc. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot more. we're at
Floor and Grief.
Yeah, we could go on it. Oh, of course you got to mention Grief.
Right.
But the point is that at the fledgling stages of this genre of music, you guys came out at the forefront and set yourself apart from all the rest because each one had their own unique style and musical fucking, I would like to say force. Sourvein was interesting because you guys came out very raw, decibel-wise, very raw, vocal-wise. After all this that you've been going through recently, would you say that on a positive note, you're exercising your PTSD, anger, frustration in the music? And will this new Sourvein music that I'm assuming you're creating?
Yeah, I got 12 songs in the bucket, man, and we can't wait to record.
Are they angry and ugly?
Yeah, well, they're in that vein, and then they're also in a positive vein. You know, you always got to, have with this band, you have good and bad, And I got 12 ready, and I'm just looking for the right studio and the right producer, and I'm just we're ready, So I had to jump on it to release that anxiety from.
Did it help?
Through. Yes, it did.
Yeah, right.
It really did. It was. I'm just was blessed to have the outlet.
Yeah, because at
the
age that we're at, we can't turn to what we normally used to when we were young men.
No, that's not an option, man, because that's only side,
That takes you down.
Yeah, no, it ain't going to do no good. So, you just do positive things and try to write for me, write a record that could speak for itself, and be in a different capacity than the last record.
What a fucking experience you got through. That's real world shit, man.
Yeah. I live oceanfront, so it's not like I'm some guy in town. This is hitting right there, evacuation whistles and stuff like that. I mean, other places going through hurricanes, we get them all the time where I'm from. But this last one, after, 2 or 3 back-to-back ones, it really affected everything, man, especially me, just because I was living so close to it,
The music that you've created and been able to keep alive for over 2 decades, how have you been able to keep a breath of life into it? Because as you know, there's been so many musicians and good bands that, just like it is with time deciphers who is real and who exists.
Absolutely. With me personally, there was, to keep it, I was just never stopped, I never gave up, and I also never followed, like some, trends or this or that. I don't know if that's, what,
Very relevant.
So what I do is just just kind of do what I do and present it to the people. And I do it in such a way that it's a release for me or whatever that is so real that it's hard to even judge as, because this is just some guy venting really what happened to him or really what he went through, he's just honest, so that there is the raw there, so I just try to always just come from what I have and what what I think should be the sound,
Are you tripping out now that after all this time and full circle now, how now the genre that you and other musicians, as I mentioned, at the forefront of this, are now being recognized?
Yeah, it's a trip, man. But when we started all this and the bands, that we mentioned earlier and all this were the first on, to start doing stuff differently than what people were doing before that time. I knew it would grow into something. To something. No, not that it would be like where it is today, but I knew it would grow into something. Or the certain bands that we talked about would probably still be doing gigs right now. Just because of the people they were and the people I am. This is what we do, regardless.
Do you think the fact that you guys are all sincere and grounded? Well, because I know you've gone through numerous band members,
right.
But do you think that being real and the sincerity and being grounded is also part of why you've persevered throughout this time?
Yeah, I think that's the really important part, man. Just this is what we do, and you're not trying to be anything or
you're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, and you're not following this or that. I mean, if we play where people want us to play, and we like to hang out with people who want us to be there, and stuff like that. And we want to be at places where we think that we would fit in and stuff like that. So we're not chasing something that's not attainable.
Yeah.
And then I play right where I started, and that's fine with me too. you know, because they never forgot me and I never forgot them, you know.
That's
So
awesome.
that's the truth, and that's the real as I can get. And then as long as there's, you know, someone clapping there, I'm gonna play, you know.
Right
And
on.
when they stop clapping, I'll play anyway, as long as I can, you know, because it's what, you know, I need it too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I never did this for anything else than, you know, just totally being into it, man, you know. And I thought the pieces would fall where they may, you know. And I still think that way, even through all these years, man.
You still enjoy it?
I do. I have to have a gig, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Just whatever, you know. I'll play.
It's a positive fix, no?
Yeah, I'll play someone's
Positive
basement tomorrow night if I had to, you know.
Yeah, whether it's
And-
one
and-
person or 200.
Yes, indeed. Because that's, you know, hey man, if that one person or 200, if the one person's there and they're into you, then they are 200.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right
Because
on.
they're the ones that going, hey man, don't let, you know, that's all you need is one person to believe in you, man.
Yeah. And you
You
know
know?
what? That energy that you throw out comes back to you in a more healthier, positive way because it's genuine.
Right.
Whereas some of these artists that, yeah, they may have the fuck you money, but guess what? 9 out of 10 times, a lot of the fans that are there, they're there because of it's the stigma, not because of the music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
At least you know people that come to see you, they know the music.
Friends.
They're
These are
devoted.
My friends, man.
They're
These are
devoted
people
to the
I've
music.
met over the years and years and years. People, they're my friends from all, you know, say we're in Los Angeles, people from all over different, you know, places in Los Angeles that I've met over the years. They come together. They're you know, my fans are my friends. They're not really fans. I know there are people out there that don't know me, right? Yeah, they don't know me or something like that, but I consider them a friend if they come to my show.
Awesome,
you know,
man.
like, you know, it's just a gathering of that. I've never set, you know, this thing. We just went for what you know, like I said, man, I do it from the heart, and every time, and it ain't, you know, you can't really search for something like that. And with a name like Sourvein and a sound like ours, man, there ain't no money, you know, to be, you know, looking forward to, or no status that you think that'll rise above anybody else. I mean, we don't think we're nobody.
Let me
We just
tell
want to
you,
play
man.
punk rock bars and wherever we can get, and people that like it, we'll go play. You know?
Let me tell you something, man. The real wealth on this planet is family, health, and happiness.
That's true.
But money helps too. But
Money
it's not the answer, man.
Right, it's not the answer, man. You said it. When I think about things, it's health and happiness.
Fuck
You know, and when I think about this band, it's been a blessing for me as an event, and something that was real for me to put my pen in my mind to for ideas, and just to, you know, it's been a journey, man, and I've taken people on this ride with me. You know, good or bad, man. If you took the ride, you've been there, and it's always been real and honest, man. And like I said, we'll play anywhere, anytime, man.
Yeah, right on. 2016, you released, oh boy, Atlantic Occult. Aquatic Occult. Sorry, I should know that by now. It's been 3 years, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned new music.
Right.
Are you going to be releasing a new record anytime soon, 2019?
Well, I'm not 2019. I'm shooting for 2020.
Oh,
You know, so yeah, like later this year, I'm looking to duck into a studio somewhere. I already got it lined up. You know, the songs are ready. I got them on my phone. Like, we already done the demos, and so I got something cooking. You know, but yeah, we've been promoting the record in pieces. You know,
Did you like the fact that when this record came out, it got a really good response?
Yes.
Especially,
I put my heart into it, man. I mean, I really did. I sold
that was evident.
Yeah, I sold my car to finish the recording, man, so I could get back and forth, man.
fucking A,
I mean,
dude. Are you
and
serious?
everything from the art to the lyrics to the way it laid out, I just put it all into it. It had to be just that, man. And I really went all the way with it, man, as far as my writing and ideas and
you
the way it
sacrificed.
should look, you know. And I just had to, you know, it's just that this was the one that to put it all into.
So then it must have been rewarding that not only was it recognized for being for what it is. I mean, I don't want to use just simple fucking labeling, but it was recognized as a heavy record indeed, and it opened you up to a new audience. How do you feel about that?
Man, I'm stoked. You know, that's what we're, you know, I always like to play for more, you know, people that dig the music. And if you have songs that open, you know, up to people who, you know, from different vibes and stuff, you know what I mean? Or different scenes or new fans, or somebody catches something that maybe they wouldn't have liked off the last record. That's what we were trying to do with this. And, you know, I got to give props to Mike Dean as the producer. And I had Reed Mullen from Corrosion Conformity play most of the drums on the album. And Stig from Amebix played some stuff on it. So I called in
Nice.
some old friends because I had the opportunity to finally.